Thank you. Thank you very much for that very important opening remarks. Your Excellency, the Vice President, former Vice Presidents present, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Honorable National Assembly members, leaders and representatives of political parties, representatives of institutions and organizations, fellow Gambians, and friends of the Gambia. I think I stand to be corrected because we have many experienced politicians in this House. But I think this is the first time in the history of our country where such a very formal meeting between all political parties is happening. Maybe I stand to be corrected. I personally welcome you to the first of a series of national consultative dialogue forums organized to precede the formal launch of the National Dialogue Day initiative. I established a National Dialogue Preparatory Committee comprising representatives from a cross-section of institutions and organizations in the country to coordinate the activities leading to a national dialogue forum. A key objective for this consultative meeting is to build consensus on holding and institutionalizing a national dialogue day, as recommended at the fourth public forum held last year as part of the 58th Independence Day anniversary celebrations. As we look forward to celebrating the 59th anniversary of nationhood shortly, I have directed the committee to work on this national consultative forum to encourage and stimulate reflection and dialogue on selected national issues to promote, protect, and nurture peace and stability in our democracy. You may have realized that I have continually called upon my colleagues and fellow Gambians to come together and work in the best interests of the country we dearly love. It is every citizen's responsibility to contribute towards our overall security, peace, and stability, be it in an official or private capacity, as public servants or bona fide citizens. My government holds the view that we should always try to forge national consensus on national issues that generate divergent views. Such divergence must not result in enmity or disunity. Instead, it should be tapped into as a source of strength for us to tolerate, appreciate, and empathize with one another. In this way, all citizens would have the opportunity to contribute to sustaining peace and stability nationwide. Fellow Gambians and colleagues, it is absolutely necessary for us to come to terms with our collective responsibility to work together in the interest of our dear motherland and her people. This is the reason for strengthening our institutions, enforcing the laws of the land, and developing policies to guide our relationships. We are a decent people and a nation bound by destiny to live and work together. It must not surprise anyone, therefore, that the theme for this year's Independence Day's anniversary celebration is a call for us to respond to our collective responsibility of preserving the nation, safeguarding the state, and securing our resources. The task is for us as political leaders, stakeholders, and citizens to find ways and means of positively translating this broad theme into action. As leaders and public opinion influencers, we have a big stake in the nation. Thus, we also have the huge responsibility of striving to maintain peace and stability. Huge as it may be, we can achieve this by consciously avoiding and diffusing political or social tension through our public engagements with the people. Within both the public and private space, we occupy quite frequently. Moving forward, I call on all citizens who can do so to actively participate in the upcoming national dialogue, with a view to reinforcing the social cohesion and tolerance that exists in our society. The thematic discussions are proposed to cover the political environment, religious tolerance, ethnic diversity, sovereignty, security, safeguarding the media and democratic space, irregular migration, and empowerment of our youth. Excellencies, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, considering the important thematic areas identified for discussion ahead of the public forum for national dialogue, I must emphasize that it is our collective responsibility to preserve the nation as a people or fall together, safeguard the state or face instability, and secure our resources or live with a weak economy. We live in a world of uncertainty, instability, and insecurity. So we must act collectively and resolutely ahead of any potential unrest or calamity. We are blessed in the Gambia with positive social norms and values that can always bring us together and help us to preserve our warmth and brand as the smiling coast of Africa. With these remarks, I invite you all to objectively reflect on the theme and sincerely share your thoughts to enrich the discussions and positively influence the outcome of the deliberations. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Since there has been some misunderstanding, I have had numerous calls concerning the dialogue and the days and all that. Let me, as a member of the preparatory committee, explain what is going to happen over this week. Today we have the political leaders dialogue. The leaders of political parties are here to talk on the theme, give their opinions and their perspectives on the theme, and the whole idea of having institutionalization of our national dialogue. They would have 5 minutes each to make a presentation. And during this time, if you as a leader or representative of a political party have something written, please immediately after this dialogue, please hand it over to our rapporteur there, Dr. Nana Gray Johnson. He's our rapporteur, because we do not want this to be a talk shop. We want actionable points to come out of this so that we as citizens can monitor and collectively participate in the progress of our nation. So we have the political dialogue today. On Wednesday, His Excellency has talked about the 6 thematic groups. On Wednesday, we are going to have 6 simultaneous thematic working groups at the OIC. 6 groups will be meeting at the same time to be able to get in depth into the theme, look at the issues surrounding the theme, and come up with 5 resolutions that as a group of experts, a group of stakeholders, as a group would identify that this is what we want for our nation over the next year. 5 resolutions that would be workable, whether it's policy development, whether it's legal reforms, whatever the group decides is what we will now present on Friday to the larger public, and that will be about 500 people that will be together at the OIC, the Sadauda Conference Center, to now look at the resolutions and validate the resolutions and accept the resolutions as a nation. One of the things that was very instructive for me during our meetings is when the Chief of Staff said that we don't want this to just be a dialogue and we forget about it. We must be able to measure it. We must be able to monitor it. How are we going to monitor this? And this is where civil society, the media, and all of us as a nation will have to task ourselves to participate in this process, to ensure that what we decide after Friday, we will implement throughout this year. So that by 2025, when we meet, we will be able to hit our chest and say, for the Gambia, our homeland, we have been able to achieve this and this and this. So it is not a talk shop, because the government is committed, civil society is committed, the political leaders are committed, and the Gambia is committed to this process. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will open the floor. Every airline, every flight has a pilot. And His Excellency and the National Preparatory Committee has made me the pilot. And if we have to get to our destination safely, we need to have ground rules. So I'm going to have my timer, and you have a maximum of 5 minutes. We know politicians and teachers. I'm not going to continue. I'll stop there. So I have my timer, and you will have to come forward here, because the cameras want to see you. So if you have something to say, please, you will raise up your hand. I will call you. For the sake of observing proper protocol, we want to open the floor to political party leaders first to give their take on the theme and deliberate on the theme, their thoughts, their opinions, their perspectives, and we will take it there one after the other. So if you want to please give a contribution, let me see your hand. Then we want the political party leaders first. Okay, so come, sir. Come, you're welcome. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Barrow, His Excellency the Vice President, Permanent Secretaries, Service Chiefs here present, political leaders, the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all other protocols duly observed. I'm stepping in here for my party leader, Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, who doubles as the chairman and party leader of APRC, who is also in another function. That's why he was not able to be here. So I'm speaking on his behalf. This statement is from Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta, party leader of APRC. The team, our collective responsibility for preserving the nation, safeguarding the state, and securing our resources is thus as follows. I extend my sincere gratitude to His Excellency President Barrow for his initiative in convening and hosting this special national consultative meeting, which marks the beginning of a subsequent national dialogues exercise focused on preserving our nation, safeguarding the Gambian state, and securing our resources. I am deeply honored to have been invited as a stakeholder to participate in this session. And I commend all political parties, political party leaders and stakeholders who have been invited to engage in this preliminary discussion. As the representative and party leader of APRC party, recognized as one of the principal stakeholders in this process, I am humbled by the trust and recognition extended to us by the President. The fundamental points outlined for deliberation reflects the President and his government's aspiration for sustainable political stability, religious tolerance, social cohesion, ethnic diversity, national unity, commitment to the state's sovereignty, and securing both our material and human resources for generations to come. Each of these sub-topics presents a wide array of ideas and proposals that cannot be thoroughly explored within the limited time allocated for discussion. Nevertheless, as a politician and leader of APRC party, I firmly believe that the Gambia, since independence, has been blessed with conducive characteristics, perhaps due to our compact size and cultural diversity, which have settled us from many of the contemporary geopolitical crises playing around the third world nations. I strongly believe that since our independence, our politics has been anchored in sustainable peace and stability, and commemorate religious tolerance and a healthy ethnic diversity that fosters values such as intermarriage and peaceful coexistence. Mr. President, distinguished ladies, stakeholders, please allow me at this juncture to send my profound gratitude to the pioneers of this cause, the likes of late J.C. Faye, Edward Small, late Gabaja Humpa, Sir Fariman Singate, MC Cham, late Sadada Kairaba Jawara, and the list continues for this visionary foresight to fight for the cause of sovereignty state with ideas, strategies, and not with the use of force. Furthermore, as a political stakeholder, I will call on my fellow political players, both here and in the diaspora, to nurture the excellent spirit that has crafted the way for a sovereign state and a nation we all proudly call the Gambia, our homeland. I am with the strong conviction that as patriots and nationalists, it should be our collective responsibility in maintaining the strong foundation and utilize our God-given faculties to create, innovate, and participate in the productive activities in upholding this brilliant theme, our collective responsibility of preserving the nation, safeguarding the state, and securing our resources. As Gambians, we can do this by responsibly using the media, our political platforms, in our various capacities, as opinion leaders, religious leaders, traditional leaders, chiefs, civil society organization heads, and through sincere and faithful participation in the upcoming national dialogue. Thus, we could be able to manifest the true meaning of our Independence Day celebration with the wordings, "For the Gambia, our homeland, we strive and work and pray." Distinguished participants, fellow political leaders, and the entire Gambia, I believe this team could have come at a later time than this crucial and critical political and economic atmosphere we are currently faced with as a world, sub-region, and a nation. However, with time constraint in mind, I would like to extend my gratitude to every participant in this national endeavor, and I thank His Excellency President Adam Barrow and his government for facilitating this effort. Above all, I wish the best of those entrusted with the finding of the right solution to address this crucial issue. I hope this verse meets our expectation, the subject, our collective responsibility for preserving the nation, safeguarding the state, and securing our resources. Thank you all for your kind attention. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any other from PPP? Yes, sir, come, please. Okay. All right. Sorry, can I have a member of the preparatory committee? One of you, please come forward. So if you want to speak, please, if you can raise your hand so that we can get the order. We do not just want to follow the list because it's voluntary for you to contribute. So the order would be determined by you. So please raise your hand, and Mr. Ba will just write the order. Okay, just please raise up your hands. He will write the order. He will write down the order in which you will be coming. So he will just write down the names, the order in which you will come, and I will announce as you give your names. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, the Vice President, my greetings to all party leaders, my special greetings to the former Vice Presidents, Honorable Bibi Dabo and Fatoumata Tambajang, distinguished delegates, all protocols duly observed. We thank the PPP, thank the President for the invitation given to us to attend such an important historic occasion. PPP is represented by our National President, Aji Duta Kamaso, and our National Mobilizer, Uncle Sanusi Toure, and myself. Mr. President or the Chairman, this meeting is long overdue, but it's better late than never. We must be thankful for the relative peace that we enjoy in a region beset by political instability. Therefore, we must thank ourselves and the leaders for that protection. It's our collective responsibility to preserve, maintain, and protect that peace. While Gambians have the ultimate responsibility, the government must be seen to act impartially at all levels and at all times, including resource allocation, employment, etc. Civic education must be encouraged. Security of life and property be enhanced, while the security sector reform must be expedited. Our peace is threatened, Mr. President. If we have difficulty in having food on our tables, we have a problem. There is a food insecurity, unaffordable basic commodities, petty thefts, corruption, unaffordable goods and services, high unemployment. Therefore, PPP thought it wise that some of the few priority areas that must be mentioned include investment, a premium investment in agriculture, horticulture, fisheries, and in the youth, and also assist the inter-party committee for much dialogue among parties. The Gambia government, the PP Gambia has gone through a lot of changes for better. From 2017 to date, we have seen the freedom we enjoy. Our National Assembly is functioning as we expected it, at least free of harassment. And the independent judiciary is also functioning as we expected. There is freedom of expression. So these are areas that cannot be overlooked. They are highly primed for Gambians to acknowledge the achievement we have since 2017. Mr. President, I will be very brief, but also our freedom also, we must closely look and watch close in our closest neighbor, Senegal. Despite the fact this is not a forum for that, we are interrelated, we are together as one people. While as a government, you have limitations, and as a people, we have our limitations. They are a sovereign country. We must be careful how we attend to that, but also we should not let Senegal, if anything that we can do to talk to anyone that can temper the temperature, that will be helpful to Senegal. We should not sit down and see challenges, face them. Eventually, we will feel it here. Whatever the government is doing, that's at their level. But it's a sovereign country. We are a sovereign country. But we believe that the president, our president, has close personal relationship with the president of Senegal. We believe that the telephone call, something can happen. If not, we as a collective responsibility of other parties, President can call us as a dialogue and see what we can do. First, as neighbor, as family, and as friends. This is my, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, when you come, can you please introduce yourself and your party? Then, and then if you have a write-up, as I said,